Hi, this is Rin,
And this is Michael.
and we're going to be reviewing The Binding of Isaac. The Binding of Isaac is a top-down 2D adventure game from Edward McMillan, who created the Basement Collection and is half of Team Meat of Super Meat Boy, and Florian Himsel. The game begins with Isaac's mom punishing Isaac after being commanded by God. Eventually, God tells her to kill Isaac, so he runs away to the basement, and that's when the story begins. This is apparently based off of a story from the Bible. Yep. Anyway, the dungeon layout and gameplay style is reminiscent of the dungeons from the original Zelda, and although the dungeon's side rooms, items, and monsters are all randomly generated. And then as for the gameplay,
You initially only have the option to play as Isaac, who starts with tears as his only weapon. Pretty reminiscent of me when I was growing up and my brothers would pick on me. Yeah, a little more you know. Each dungeon level has at least one store and an item room. Each item room can contain one of many items or power-ups, so many that we really couldn't name even a portion of them. What we would recommend is, if you would like to know the items and what they do, to download the Binding of Isaac database for Android, and chances are there's probably something similar for iPhone.
but we don't have one.
Yeah, we don't have what? iPhones. Okay. The room you find will always contain different items. That includes the stores where you can go and purchase different side items like keys or bombs or a backpack.
There's also sometimes arcade rooms that have a slot machine and
Blood donation.
blood donation.
Fortune.
And no, it's not a fortune teller.
It sometimes has fortune.
Okay, apparently sometimes there's a fortune teller, but there's a guy in the middle who has three skulls, like the three cup thing, where you put a coin in and then you have to figure out which one holds it.
Be great for an earthbender.
So yeah, and there's also sometimes the side room that has it's like a demon room that
Where you
randomly
sacrifice
appears.
hearts for items.
I think there's an angel room too, is there?
There is, but that's not really all that important.
Okay, I guess.
As far as actually playing goes, the controls are pretty decent. They're actually very tight and responsive. The only thing I would wish is that they would add controller support, as it is not a default option. The game actually suggests and requires the program Joy2Key in order to use a controller, because you have to emulate the keyboard. Now, whenever you're playing, everything seemed to run smoothly, except for occasionally when entering a room, or there were a lot of items or objects on the screen, there would be a bit of slowdown. However, that may just be our own computers.
Okay, and regarding characters, after playing for a while, you can you can unlock other characters and items. One of the characters is Magdalene, who has a Yum Heart. The Yum Heart heals one heart when activated, and I think she also starts with an extra heart
I think so.
compared to Isaac. And there's also Cain, who has a lucky foot, which makes all the pills you find have positive effects, which is really helpful because most of the pills I can't tell the difference.
And usually it's something terrible.
Yeah. And there's also Judas, who has the Book of Belial, which I think is how you say that. And that increases the damage you do until you exit a room, because you have to activate it. So when it's activated, the damage in the room increases. Or the damage you do increases until you leave the room.
I think Fox was rushing you.
Anyway.
Eve is also a playable character. She has a dead bird who, after you take damage, will attack your enemies. It's actually pretty useful, but not as useful as her other ability, which is when she gets down to half a heart, she becomes the Whore of Babylon. When you're the Whore of Babylon, you will do plus 3 damage, and you will also have plus 2 speed.
She also becomes a big black monster with big horns and glowing red eyes.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
Next up is question mark, question mark, question mark. Very ominous. He has 3 soul hearts. Soul hearts are actually very similar to regular hearts, except that you cannot recover them.
Are they the ones that look like zombie hearts?
Yes. Yes, they're black. Okay. Gray? Gray, black. Black, gray. Okay. He also has the ability to drop poop. Many enemies have this ability, so why not you?
The poop doesn't do anything really except block enemies, and it's funny. When you find other poops, sometimes it'll have items in it. I don't know if the poop that you poop has items, but it might.
And finally, there's Samson, who is included in the Wrath of Lamb DLC. Samson has the Bloody Lust ability, which increases damage when the character kills an enemy, and it lasts until you leave the room. As you do damage, your tears turn red.
And for the graphics and sound, the graphics are pretty cute and also horrifying and dark, and it's pretty creepy and unique.
This being the style, it should actually age really well. It's a lot of nice 2D lines that should upscale pretty well. The audio actually does a good job of complementing this style and makes the game feel exactly as you would expect. Dark and creepy and like you're always gonna die.
It's kind of sing-songy, like a dream and then also a nightmare. Really good.
As far as our recommendations, I would very much recommend The Binding of Isaac. It's a great game if you have 30 minutes, but you'll probably sink hours and hours into it.
Yep, I would recommend buying it, probably from Steam, because I like Steam. Yeah, should I not say that?
It's fine.
I like Steam.
Everyone likes Steam. It's usually on sale for about $5. Generally, when Steam has a sale, it goes down to $2.50 for that and Wrath of Lamb.
And definitely get the DLC because it adds a lot more items and other characters and bosses and monsters.
It also increases the number of levels you have to beat the game. So it pretty much doubles every gameplay. Or every playthrough. There you go. So we definitely recommend it. And if you have a computer, a PC, or a Mac, it'll work with both. And
It also works with Linux.
I don't think it does.
It does. I looked it up. It works with Linux.
Oh, you know, it was on the Humble Bundle, so it probably does.
It works with Linux.
Yeah, so I would suggest you buy it and play it as soon as you can. I recommend it to suggest to all your friends. If they're unsure if they want to play it, all they have to do is play it once. So that should probably convince them.
That's about it. Really good game.
All right, this has been the Binding of Isaac review, and I'll see you next time.
Bye.